Right then, gather round, lads and lasses, because the Celtic buzz is alive and kicking. And today we've got a juicy one brewing on the other side of the border, and even beyond that. We're diving straight into a developing story that's got many Hoops supporters perking up their ears. It's about none other than Matt O'Reilly, the former Celtic midfield maestro, who's now making headlines again across Europe. And if you're thinking this lad's name keeps popping up for a reason, you're absolutely right. Let's break it down the Celtic way with a bit of fire and plenty of heart. Now let's not forget Matt O'Reilly left Parkhead not that long ago, making his big money move to Brighton just last summer. £30 million, that's not pocket change. At the time, it felt like a proper leap for the young Dane stepping into the Premier League spotlight. And plenty of us were wishing him well, even if we felt that we sting of watching another talent fly the nest. He'd earned that move, no doubt about it. The way he controlled the tempo in midfield, the calmness in possession, that eye for a killer pass. The lad had class written all over him. But fast forward just a year and it's fair to say things haven't gone exactly as planned for him down south. Matt's come out recently speaking his mind about how he's been used at Brighton, and let's just say he's not buzzing with joy. He reckons he's at his best as a number 8 box-to-box, getting stuck in all over the pitch. But instead, he's been shuffled around, asked to play out wide, pushed into a false 9 role, and basically turned into a utility man. And for a player like him who thrives on rhythm and freedom, that's a tough pill to swallow. And here's where things start to heat up. Word on the continent is that clubs across Europe haven't taken their eyes off him. Before his Brighton move, he already had admirers, Atalanta, Atletico de Madrid, and a few other big names. That interest hasn't cooled off one bit. In fact, if anything, it's simmering even more now, especially after his public comments. And the latest name to enter the chat, Roma, a proper giant of Italian football. Reports out of Italy, particularly from Il Messaggero, say Roma's new gaffer Gianpiero Gasperini is a huge admirer of O'Reilly. Now this is the same Gasperini who managed Atalanta when they were eyeing up Matt before. So it's no surprise he's kept tabs on him. Apparently Gasperini sees O'Reilly as exactly the kind of number 8 he needs to bring balance and dynamism to his Roma midfield. And here's the thing, Matt himself has been vocal about that being his preferred role. It's not just a fit on paper, it could be a match made in football heaven. You've got to admire O'Reilly for how he's handled the whole situation, by the way. He's not thrown a tantrum, he's not stormed off in a huff. He's simply been honest, saying that while he's willing to help the team in any way he can, his best football comes when he's allowed to play where he feels most natural, right? In that engine room, linking defense to attack, covering ground-breaking lines. It's refreshing to hear a player speak with such clarity and self-awareness. He even mentioned that he's become better at defending himself, being more intense in duels and responding to his coach's feedback. That's growth right there. He also made it clear that he's not been disrespectful to his current boss, Fabian Herzler. According to Matt, he's said nothing publicly that he wouldn't say face to face. And that level of maturity, especially at just 24, speaks volumes. He's not out to stir trouble. He just wants to be used in a way that lets him truly contribute. And honestly, any manager worth their salt should appreciate that kind of transparency. Now let's pause and remember what Matt O'Reilly gave us at Celtic. The composure, the vision, the goals from midfield, and the way he were upon the game together. He wasn't flashy for the sake of it. He was efficient, intelligent, and above all reliable. That type of player doesn't come around often. So when we see his name floating around clubs like Roma, it shouldn't come as a shock. In fact, it's more of a reminder of the level of talent we nurtured at Parkhead. But here's the question. Will he actually make the move to Italy? It's still early days, of course. Roma haven't made anything official, but the signals are strong. And if Gasperini does push for the transfer, it could all fall into place very quickly, especially with Matt's current dissatisfaction and Roma's clear interest. This could be the perfect window for a move that benefits both sides. And you can imagine the kind of player Roma would be getting, a proper modern midfielder, disciplined yet adventurous, someone who's still got his best years ahead of him. O'Reilly's style would probably suit Serie A to a T, slower pace, more tactical, and plenty of room for a clever player to shine. One thing's certain, this story isn't going away anytime soon. Whether or not the move happens, Matt O'Reilly has shown once again that he's a name to watch. And for us Celtic fans, that's something to take pride in. Watching one of our own being chased by European giants, it's a reminder of what we build up here in Glasgow. There's a reason players from Parkhead end up on the radar of top clubs. The passion, the development, the stage, it's all part of the Celtic journey. So we'll be keeping an eye on every twist and turn. And you can bet if anything changes, if the rumors become reality, we'll be right here to break it down for you. O'Reilly's journey may have taken him far from the green and white, but his story is still very much one that matters to the Celtic faithful. Alright, let's keep this rolling and dive even deeper into what's really going on with Matt O'Reilly, and the ripple effects his situation might have not just for him, but for the wider football world, and Celtic fans who've been following his journey closely. It's one thing to track a player's moves on the pitch, but another entirely to understand the shifting tides behind the scenes, the managerial tactics, the player's mindset, and how it all weaves into the grander picture of modern football. O'Reilly's case is a fascinating study in what happens when a player arrives at a new club with high expectations but faces challenges in finding the right role. Brighton, while an ambitious and well-run club, has been deploying Matt in positions that don't quite showcase his strengths. When you're a player used to dictating the game from a central midfield role, being asked to drift out wide or play in unfamiliar spots can chip away at your confidence and rhythm. It's a subtle but significant factor that can affect performance, and more importantly, a player's happiness. His openness about the frustration isn't just some offhand complaint. It's a sign of a professional who knows his value and wants to contribute fully. And that honesty is something that many managers respect because it allows for a proper conversation about how best to use a player's talents. Fabian Herzler at Brighton might have his reasons for deploying Matt where he does, perhaps tactical considerations or squad needs, but it's clear that there's a disconnect between player and manager about how to get the best out of O'Reilly. And this is where Roma and Gian Piero Gasperini come into the picture with potentially game-changing implications. Gasperini is a manager known for his tactical acumen and his ability to get the best out of versatile midfielders. His success at Atalanta was built on a solid foundation of aggressive pressing, quick transitions, and a midfield engine that could both attack and defend with equal commitment. The fact that Gasperini has admired O'Reilly before suggests he sees something special in the lad, a quality that fits the demanding style of Italian football, which is more about intelligence and positioning than just raw pace. This potential move isn't just about Matt switching clubs. It could represent a significant step in his career development. At 24, he's at a point where regular first-team football in a system that suits him could unlock his full potential. Roma, with their rich history and passionate fan base, would provide a stage where he can shine and grow into the player Celtic supporters knew he could be. Let's not overlook the impact this could have on the national team as well. O'Reilly's improvement in defensive intensity and his focus on becoming a more complete midfielder are exactly the traits national coaches look for. Playing in Serie A under Gasperini could sharpen those skills even further. Given the tactical rigor of the league and the high level of competition, this could elevate him to become a mainstay in Denmark's squad for years to come. Of course, the transfer world is never straightforward. Negotiations, contracts, player preferences, and timing all play huge roles in whether a deal materializes. But the fact that O'Reilly has voiced his preferences publicly might actually speed things up. Clubs often respect players who are clear about what they want. It reduces uncertainty and helps managers and directors plan accordingly. From a Celtic perspective, there's pride in seeing a former player attract such interest. It's a testament to the club's development system and the platform it provides. Even if Matt is no longer wearing the green and white, his story reflects well on parkhead. It's proof that the club continues to produce talent capable of competing at high levels across Europe. Fans following this saga should keep an eye on how Brighton responds as well. Will they look to accommodate his wishes and allow a transfer? Or will they try to persuade him to stay and adapt given the size of the transfer fee they paid? They might be reluctant to let him go cheaply, but they also have to consider squad harmony and the player's happiness, which are crucial for a club aiming to compete in the Premier League. And then there's the broader footballing culture to consider. Players like O'Reilly who are willing to speak openly about their roles and preferences are helping to change the traditional dynamic between players and managers. It's no longer just about taking orders, it's about dialogue and mutual understanding. This evolution benefits the game as a whole, encouraging better communication and ultimately better performances on the pitch. Meanwhile, Roma's interest adds a layer of excitement for fans who love to see young talents making their mark in Serie A. Italian football has always had a special place in the hearts of football romantics. The tactical battles, the passionate crowds, the historic clubs. For Matt, stepping into that arena could be the challenge and opportunity he needs to push his career to the next level. As this story unfolds, it also highlights the challenges players face when moving to new leagues and adapting to different styles of football. The Premier League is famously fast and physical, while Serie A demands tactical discipline and game intelligence. For O'Reilly, who prides himself on his versatility and understanding of the game, this could be the ideal environment to develop those qualities further. In the end, whether the move to Roma happens or not, Matt O'Reilly's journey serves as a compelling narrative about ambition, adaptability, and the constant search for the right fit. He's shown the courage to speak up, the maturity to handle challenges, and the talent to attract interest from top European clubs. That's a story every Celtic fan can follow with pride. Knowing it began right here at Parkhead, the coming months will be crucial. Transfer windows open and close negotiations will intensify and decisions will be made. For now, the buzz around Matt O'Reilly grows louder and the football world waits to see where his next chapter will take him. Whatever happens, one thing's clear: the name O'Reilly will keep echoing in football conversations for a good while yet, and we'll be watching every step of the way. Before we proceed, subscribe to our channel and enable notifications to receive all exclusive news about Celtic FC. Don't miss any details about your favorite team. It's extremely important for Celtic FC fans. In a move that has sent shockwaves through Scottish football, whispers are growing louder that Celtic could be on the verge of signing the highly promising Michelangelo BALIKWISHA. While nothing has been officially confirmed, insiders suggest that the Hoops have made a surprising approach for the talented Belgian winger, sparking a flurry of speculation among fans and pundits alike. BALIKWISHA, known for his explosive pace, sharp dribbling, and eye for goal, has been turning heads across Europe with his performances. The 22-year-old has steadily built a reputation as one of Belgium's brightest young talents, and it seems Celtic might be ready to take a gamble on this emerging star. Sources close to the club hint that talks have advanced beyond initial interest, though the final deal is still a matter of negotiation. If the transfer goes through, it would mark a significant coup for the Scottish champions, who have been eager to inject fresh creativity into their squad ahead of the new season. The prospect of BALIKWISHA joining Celtic aligns with the club's ongoing ambition to blend youthful exuberance with seasoned experience. The winger's versatility on the flanks and ability to break defensive lines could perfectly complement Celtic's attacking style under their current manager. Fans have already begun buzzing about how BALIKWISHA might fit into the team setup, with many imagining his flair adding a new dimension to the Hoops' offensive threat. This potential acquisition comes at a time when Celtic are looking to reassert their dominance in the Scottish Premiership and make a deeper impact in European competitions. The arrival of a player like BALIKWISHA would not only energize the squad, but also send a strong message to their rivals that Celtic are serious about strengthening their ranks with high-quality talent. Despite the excitement, it's worth noting that no official announcement has been made yet, and negotiations in the transfer market can often be unpredictable. Other clubs have reportedly shown interest in BALIKWISHA as well, making this a situation to watch closely. Whether this rumor will materialize into a permanent deal remains to be seen, but for now, Celtic supporters can dream about the possibility of adding a dynamic new star to their ranks. As the transfer window continues to unfold, the buzz around Michelangelo BALIKWISHA's potential move to Celtic only seems to be gaining momentum. Should this deal come to fruition, it could prove to be one of the most intriguing stories of the summer in Scottish football. For now, all eyes will be on the Hoops as they seek to turn this exciting possibility into reality. Hello, fan, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel, as it means a lot to Celtic FC. Also, share your opinion about the news in the comments below. See you in the next video.